The Mobil 1 12 Hours at Sebring is about to begin.
Hard racing is what you find in Central Florida.
Oh, there's a touch on the lane and he's off!
Decades ago, Optimus looked at a sun-scorched World War II airfield as uneven and cracked as peanut brittle and said, yeah, let's race here. And so we have, making the same bad decision year after year. Bumps that rattled bones, heat that boils drivers, mistakes as legendary as the victories. 12 hours here feels like 24. On this episode of Win the Weekend, the 12 Hours of Sebring with Vasser's Sullivan Lexus in GTD Pro, and the all-new Aston Martin Valkyrie making its entrance into GTP. Some say Sebring builds character or proves technology. True, but survival isn't guaranteed.
He's off, that's a huge one!
Sebring. This is not a perfectly manicured track. You look at the moon and you see all the pock marks from being hit and struck by things. That's our track surface.
We know the track is going to be bumpy. It's been bumpy since the dawn of man, and it will remain bumpy. I don't think they'll ever resurface this track.
The car takes so much abuse. It runs through so many gears in a different way. If your car can survive this race, it's going to survive virtually anywhere.
To really understand what the track does to these cars, the violence and punishment, you have to slow it down, way down.
For this shoot, we're using the Ember high-speed camera, which could shoot like 1,000 frames per second, and we have this beautiful Fuji 85-300 with the doubler. We're trying to get really high-speed shots of tires and curbing and cars kind of bouncing and moving around. Sebring's like an old school track in the way that there isn't a ton of runoff. Zero elevation, old airstrip, bumpy. But the drivers like it. They feel accomplished when they finish a lap here. Now we're back in it on season 3, Win the Weekend. We're loving this.
To actually see it, like, it's cool and interesting to put the visual reality to what we as engineers a lot of times see as data and numbers and driver feedback. As you come into 16, you're already loading your left side tires pretty significantly, and then they hit this curbing, and so what you're seeing is a combination of vertical and lateral load being applied to the tire, and the tire is gripping and then losing grip every time it hits one of those pieces of the curb. And that's what's causing the tire to look like it's kind of wiggling back and forth. You'll see that on any curbing that looks like this. It's pretty impressive that even though 2 tires are on the ground at the apex of that corner, there's really not a lot of sliding going on, and 2 tires are carrying all of the load of that car and all of the lateral grip to make that car continue turning around that corner, which to me is really impressive.
Do you think they should repave this place?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
No, the bumps are what make this place unique.
Every race tells a story. A good story has an underdog. In GTP, it's not Porsche. They won the Rolex 24 and hope to set the tone for the season by winning again. But the underdog is Aston Martin and their new car, the Valkyrie. Never raced in IMSA, hardly tested, and loud. Very loud. But this isn't a singing contest. Those musical 12 cylinders have to last 12 hours.
How was the car behavior?
Actually, really positive.
It looked like quite aggressive, but the oscillations were smaller. Like
the
it was just
oscillations were
skipping.
smaller,
Like...
and then that affected the balance in a positive way.
Acura and Cadillac look quick too, but the BMWs have pace and reliability this season. Veteran Cadillac team Action Express doesn't care about any of that. They know Sebring, have one of the best engineering and strategy teams in the paddock, and have a history of toppling giants.
How'd you sleep?
I didn't sleep very well, to be honest.
9 hours in the green. You? 98% recovery.
No.
Bash. You know when you get like the peak of the mountain?
Yeah, it's only down from there, mate. You're gonna sleep like the next 4 nights.
Everyone's aware that if you can finish a race like this, then you're probably going to finish any race. It's like the toughest track on the car. Super bumpy, hot as well.
Brand new car as well, so like if you have a brand new car and the first race you do with the car is Sebring and you finish it, that's a huge achievement.
This is our Aston Martin Valkyrie hypercar, or LMH. In this class in IMSA, it's GTP. The big hype behind this car is the motor. We have a naturally aspirated V12. We have a very tight cockpit, lots of things that we can change with the braking, traction control. We also have some really cool looking mechanical levers. We can change the roll bars in the car on track throughout the race weekend, corner to corner. Yeah, I'm obviously probably not the best build for a race car driver, but here we are. I'm still getting used to the comfort. It's awesome. I mean, I could have only dreamed growing up to drive a hypercar, or drive a GTP, and it's just a beautiful car.
6.5 liter Cosworth V12. It is the Lord's trumpet.
GTD Pro is where top drivers sword fight using street cars. Ford won the Rolex 24, but that's yesterday's news in a class this tight. Lexus rolls into Sebring with one of the oldest cars in class. But age doesn't mean weakness, it means experience. The best test days are races themselves, and they have a lot of them. Backed by Vasser Sullivan Racing, they've got the tools and the memory to win, especially here.
Do you think, Kyle, you could swim across this lake without getting eaten by an alligator?
Yeah, you'd be fine.
Really?
Wouldn't get touched.
Yeah, how come people from Florida just are like, yeah, alligators are no big deal. They don't want to mess with you. I would not get in that lake.
You would see the gator. Why do people
No, you
like?
wouldn't.
Yes,
Why
you would. Do you think that they
see
live
the
underwater?
gator? Yes.
No.
They're lurking.
They swim on the surface nonstop, unless they need to be under the water.
Okay, so gators are not as big of a fear as I think they are.
No, they're not that big of a deal.
JV. What up, what up? JV.
Lexus and the Vasser Sullivan team genuinely are one of the best teams in GTD and GTD Pro, so there is no race where you show up and don't think they're going to be a threat.
They're coming here wanting to have a better race than they did to open the season. Then our friend Ben Barnicoat gets hurt before unable to drive, need to have a replacement driver come in.
This weekend, the GTD Pro entry for Lexus has a different driver pairing. Ben Barnicoat, one of their aces, is sidelined due to a mountain biking accident. Jose Lopez has flown in as the backup reserve driver. He might be new, but there's no room for error. He's jumping into one of the fastest GTD Pro cars on the grid.
Here at Sebring, the car is really, really compliant. It's got a really good spring package. They've got a very advanced suspension. So when you get to the bumps here, especially as the race goes on and you have to worry about tire life and tire management, that Lexus RCF GT3 is always a competitor in this race.
Well, good news is Jose is getting straight up to speed. Last practice was really good, so yeah, straight on it. Yeah, fits in our seat.
Yeah, it's the right size too.
Just bolt him in there, ready to go.
Jimmy, how you doing?
Doing good, doing good. Yeah. We had a couple of little glitches yesterday. Oh. So car's looking good, but we got a couple of difficulties to work through, so we'll see.
4 15-minute sessions to come.
All right, good to go. First car is 13 now, 4 of them.
GTD Pro Quali started off with the number 81 Ferrari fast out of the gate, with good lap times. The session was tight. The top 6 cars were separated by just 0.7 of a second. The number 81 qualified first, but only by the skin of its grills.
Yeah, sorry guys, just so much understeering, medium and high speed stuff. Just couldn't get it done, my bad.
In GTP, the Action Express number 31 Cadillac started the session with some technical issues that caused a red flag. When the green flag waved, teams only had 2 laps to go for pole. In the end, the number 24 BMW earned it, but the number 60 Acura was at their heels. The freshman Valkyrie was over 2 seconds behind.
Qualifying's over. Time for the race. Jose, you'll get in the first driver change. The plan is to do a double. So it's about 2 hours in the car, give or take. Helmet on before the green. That's it.
Helmet on before the green. Yeah, I haven't raced.
It's aggressive. It's hot.
Yeah, but I haven't raced. I haven't raced this year, so I wouldn't race. Be ready to
go. This is a gritty damn race. Like in endurance racing, this is thought to be the toughest.
Jose Marie actually might surprise us there. That's why we said to Jeff, hey, keep it open, bud, right? Ready to get it done? Yeah, thanks. Hey, Paul Miller. Coming for you. Wow, it's just 3 of us today, huh?
The only one that counts.
All right, we can throw it down.
Fantastic looking 50 car grid is green flag for the 73rd time here at the Mobil 1. 12 hours of Sebring. Great jump away by Dries Van THOR.
Good start. Just settle in, okay.
Here are the GTD pros heading towards their green flag. Now, good jump away by Albert Costa in the yellow Dragon Speed Ferrari. He holds on to his pole position.
Nice job on your tires. Power 6, power 6.
Jose Maria Lopez in the 14, and that is the 48 of Jesse Krohn.
Just tears up that left front bodywork on the 14 car. You can't afford to have that happen. You got to read this situation a little bit better.
Okay, copy. Your steering issue, bit. Nice and easy coming in here. You can shut the engine off. Something's going real big here. We gotta get this hood off. Rack's done. Rack is done. Wow. Broken in the middle. Alright, broke steering rack. Back to the garage.
The rear wheel of the number 48 BMW hit the front wheel of Vasser Sullivan's Lexus.
Yeah, he just went straight to the apex.
Sometimes you get away with a little contact, sometimes you don't. This small touch had big consequences. The Lexus steering rack is cracked and requires replacement.
How are we looking? The car close? Yeah, car is close. There's more. So we have full fuel, new tires. So you can try it right straight out once it's ready.
Matt Campbell holding them off, but also trying to get through that GTD traffic with the Corvette up ahead. Now, Whitman looking to the outside. This is, whoa! Thought he could use a Corvette as a pick, and it didn't happen.
What hour is this? People say it's not endurance racing anymore, it's a sprint.
Oh man, yeah, copy. Still a long way to go here, just do your best.
Despite starting in last place, with 7 hours to go, the number 31 Cadillac leads with Earl Bamber at the wheel. But the story's far from over, with 8 GTP cars still on the lead lap. Though slower, the heart of racing Aston Martin Valkyrie remains in striking distance. In GTD Pro, Ford's Daytona speed is useful at Sebring too. Mike Rockefeller holds a slim margin over the 2 Paul Miller BMWs, and the number 14 Lexus is clawing its way back, wounded, but not out.
Corvette expressing their displeasures as we're side by side here. This is for the lead of the race, and the 7 hasn't gotten by the Cadillac, and the 10, the other Cadillac from Wayne Taylor Racing, just in front, trying to keep it going another lap down.
Oh, good. He makes the Porsche go. Sorry, bud. That was unreal, man. Oh, well. 10 laps to go. 10 laps on these tires and driver change. All right, bud. Let's see some magic here. Come around the Acura and hit your board here. It'll be fuel only. 4, 3, 2, 1. Forward.
Cross my hand. Come on, where? Right here? Come on. Gotta make sure it's warmed up. Oh.
27 of Casper Stevenson. Hang on. And look out.
I'm too old for this.
Please come down and take a look at these rear tires off the 34. Yeah, we'll do. I'm on my way.
Pace car is gone. Green flag is back out. Frederick Veshti and the Cadillac take the green. Porsche's chasing him behind.
The track is getting really dirty.
What's your guess for why we would see it more on one car than the other?
Hard to say.
Very few yellows at this year's race compared to others. But even so, the field remains a tight school of noisy fish. As the sun sets, aggression builds.
Good work, buddy. Good job. Nicely done. Proud of you. All right, let's go kick some ass here.
Oh, look at this battle for the lead in GTD Pro.
It has been a very difficult day, but yeah, we're still there. Car is in perfect shape. Team is doing a great job. But yeah, it's quite hard for us.
Can Harper get him in turn 3? Yes, he's going to take the lead.
As with Daytona, the BMWs are at the front, taunting Ford's factory program. And then they pick a fight with Rexy.
This is such a great battle. There for third again, Klaus Bachler. He had it, he gave it back, and now Madison Snow trying to get it back. There's contact there between the Porsche and the BMW.
Meanwhile, for the overall lead, check this out. Tandy on the inside of Vesti.
Car heads a lap down. He's a lap down. You're doing a great job. Just focus on your number, 82. 82 is still your number. A few more to go.
In a final effort to take down Porsche, Action Express changes their strategy and pits early. It's a gamble, but it's their only shot. With such tight racing, the endurance battle now comes down to the pit crews. Getting cars in and out quickly is always important, but in the final hour, it could determine the outcome.
Clear out, clear out.
What the fuck was that?
Trying to do something to help you out.
But I needed what? I need the position on track.
We're aware of that, buddy. We're aware of that. Bigger picture in the pit lane, buddy. Don't know what to tell you.
We're back to racing at Sebring. Closing 31 minutes.
AO Racing is in front, but their competition is chasing them down, threatening their lead in GTD Pro. In GTP, Penske keeps extending their lead, but the race for GTD Gold is far from over.
Close in GTD Pro with 1.2 seconds between first and second.
As the race enters its final minutes, the GTD fight heats up, with Lexus and the reigning champion Windward Mercedes going wheel to wheel, setting up for a final lap showdown.
They touch! Hawk was having none of it.
He knew that Ellis had the run. Oh, Ellis tries to surprise him. Hawksworth momentarily closes the door, opens up his hand so there is not contact.
Alexander Sims gives them room.
Oh, Ellis is shoving. Ellis just pushed Hawksworth off the track, or at least off the line. Ellis is through for the GTD lead. Like a dog grabbing your ankle, just clawed at him and moved him out of the way.
Nick Tandy is going to continue his unbelievable win rate. Lawrence Vantor is going to celebrate his first, but it's Felipe Nasr who drives home the victory for Porsche Penske Motorsport. And 36 hours of racing in the IMSA WeatherTech Series has dominated by Porsche Penske Motorsport to start the 2025 season.
The points are tallied in the manufacturer's battle. In GTP, back-to-back victories extend Porsche's lead, but Acura is just 60 points behind. In GTD Pro, despite the Rexy Porsche finishing on top, Ford's strong finish keeps the blue oval in the lead and out of Porsche's jaws. That said, the top 5 brands are separated by just 70 points.
We finished P2 and we're pissed off. That's a good thing. I feel like if we can finish this race, we can finish everywhere well. So
just super happy to be able to bring the car across the line. My teammates, everyone involved did a great job.
Yeah, that was hard.
Lexus had a rough day. One of those weekends where simply finishing became the goal, and a goal that was tough to reach. Late in the race, their number 14 car was hit by the number 34 Conquest Racing Ferrari, forcing the Lexus to retire. The number 12, however, took second in class, putting the team just 1 point behind Turner Motorsport. As for the Valkyrie, for its first IMSA race on a track that torture tests cars, Aston held it together and became a fan favorite. Sebring gave us survival, but next up, chaos in close quarters on the streets of Long Beach.